For months, police training has been on hold for Lawton officers in Buren County because of a zoning dispute.
A public hearing set for tonight is being rescheduled as leaders in two communities work out a conflict of interest with a shared law firm.
News 8's Josh Sanchez explains what sparked the dispute in the first place.
Lawton Village Police have used their own range a few times this year, but a note coming from neighboring Antwerp Township is putting a stop to planned fall training.
We may not be training until spring now.
Since March, Police Chief Greg Cordes says the department has used a nearly 62-acre parcel of wooded land that the village owns for firearms training. The parcel is connected to a larger section in Lawton, while the range sits in Antwerp Township. Cordes says it was once arranged years ago before a lengthy pause.
It pretty much allows us to go over there and train when officers are working versus bringing them in on their days off and train and paying overtime also.
He said that also the department to mold the range to fit their training needs. In August, the village received a letter from the township saying that the range was not in compliance with the agricultural zone land and state rules permitting an individual to shoot a gun on their property, stating that the department is a group of individuals undertaking police department firearms training.
Firearms is a big part of our job, and our township that we're in to tell us that they don't want us to train because of a zoning violation, it just very frustrating.
The Antwerp Township supervisor said over the phone that a zoning investigation was sparked by a complaint earlier this summer. I spoke with Jim Miller, who lives on 72nd Avenue. His property is right next to the range used by Lawton Police. He told me off camera that he's concerned about both safety and noise of the range. He says over the summer he heard multiple rounds go off from that range and is worried that that will drive out deer during hunting season. When it comes to safety, he feels like that berm is not enough, even though no rounds has hit his home. Cordes says multiple acres separate 72nd Avenue and a dirt berm looms behind targets. The village of Lawton moved to appeal the ruling last month, saying the village is being singled out compared to other landowners. The irregular target practice is not land use, and even if it is, it would be allowed under special land use. But tonight's public hearing is on hold. In a statement, the Antwerp Township supervisor says both them and the village use the same legal counsel. Quote, until both municipalities execute a conflict waiver, the township's legal counsel cannot attend this meeting. Cordes says the delay is disappointing.
This pushes us off at least probably until December, which means we're still not going to continue to train until after this thing is over.
Lawton's police chief tells me that this delay gives the village a little bit more time to prepare for the appeal. He says the public hearing is expected in December. In Lawton, Josh Sanchez, News 8.